I'm going to ask Rebecca Tababadong, also a member of ISW Organizing Council, to come up and say a few words.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, sure, I'll try. Hi, everybody. My name's Rebecca Tababadong, and I'm from Wissahickon First Nation, which is about 3 hours north of Toronto. And welcome. I'm so glad to see everybody here tonight, and welcome to our guests. And thank you so much for opening, and that song was beautiful. I just want to share a little bit about Indigenous Sovereignty Week and the roots of it for people that might not be familiar. So it has come out of the Defenders of the Land organization, and which has basically started about 3 years ago, I believe. And the reason that it formed was to lend support to people that are on the front lines of community struggle and land struggle all across the country. And of course, often these people that are on the front lines are elders, are youth, are people who have been dispossessed of their lands and often aren't supported through government organizations, of course, and through Aboriginal organizations as well. So they often work in isolation, and it can be a little, sometimes a lonely road for people. So the Defenders of the Land wanted to come together and form a network to support each other, to share strategies, and to really support one another's work. And out of that was the call for Indigenous Sovereignty Week. And so it's a national call, and it's happening all across the country. And so we're really happy this year. It's expanded to 2 weeks. So we're really excited. There's so much going on. And I think one of the things that's really exciting about Indigenous Sovereignty Week is all of these amazing programs which really show and demonstrate the diversity of engagement in Indigenous sovereignty that affects all different levels of our being as people, as communities. And so this is a great way to showcase that. And if anyone wants to get involved next year, please join us and as we build this together. And I just also wanted to say we're not funded through any corporate or government funding. So it really is grassroots people coming together. And so we do have a donation jar that will go around, and we're asking people, if they can, to please support us. And I just also want to take the time to acknowledge some of the community groups that have supported Indigenous Sovereignty Week through sponsoring. So we have QP 3902, QP 3907, First Nation Solidarity Working Group, Oise Graduate Students Union, Sisterine, Trinity St. Paul's United Church, and Muskrat Magazine. And we also have been endorsed by over 20 community organizations and groups. And so I'm not going to list them all, but I'll list a few. Mining and Justice Solidarity Network, Protest Barrack, Toronto Stop the Cuts Network, No One is Illegal, and Women in Solidarity with Palestine.
Thank you, Rebecca. I just want to mention that we are videotaping and audio recording because we had a lot of interest in the event from around the country, actually. So we intend to put this up online for people to watch, just to be aware of that. If if we do have question and answer period, if you don't want to be videotaped, that you should know that. We have a really great panel tonight. I'm going to be letting the speakers introduce themselves, but I will just briefly say who they are and the order that we're going in. We're going to start with Morgan Mooney, who has been an Aboriginal sex worker rights activist for the past 10 years. Then we're going to hear from Jules Kustashian, who is going to be speaking on behalf of Elizabeth Fry Society. And then afterwards, we'll hear from Krista Big Canoe, who's with Aboriginal Legal Services Toronto, and will be contextualizing the Harper crime bill that is about to pass in a few days. So I'm going to now pass it on to